What it is, guys, it's your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back at y'all with another Dokkan Battle video. And today we have a really special guest. First time on the channel. You want to give yourself a little introduction, my man?
Hey everyone, it is me, the Masked Ningen. How's it going out there?
You know they can't answer you, right?
Yeah. Comment how you're doing.
Sounds great. Well, appreciate you coming on the channel, my man. We've been trying to coordinate this for a few days, and it just never quite worked out. So I was glad I was able to catch you.
Yeah, the time difference can be quite a pain, but here I am, and I'm happy to be on the channel. So thank you for inviting me.
Hey, no problem, man. I appreciate you taking the time. So we've been talking quite a bit on Twitter about something we're both pretty passionate about, and that is the relative, I guess, cost effectiveness, if you could even dare use that word in Dokkan Battle.
Yeah.
of the banners, because we keep seeing people that are like, oh, I'm saving for this LR unit, or I'm saving for this, and they're all talking about banners that your odds of pulling that unit are just astronomical.
Yeah, it's like 0.4% or something, isn't it, normally for LRs? So.
Something crazy like that. You know, the only exception I would say to that is the step up banner, because we're supposed to get another one of those here.
Yes.
I don't know when it's going to be, though. The timeline's all weird on Dokkan or on Global right now.
Yeah, because it came out around the time of Trunks and Zamasu on JP, but it was for the celebration of their new era, so it'll either come with those banners anyway, or they'll fit it in with some sort of global holiday, maybe Thanksgiving, because I think that's around the time those banners should come out. But
yeah, they did the thank you banner around that time last year.
Yeah, so maybe it'll be that.
Yeah. How's it feel to be in another country and have to deal with our stupid, our holiday?
Yeah, there's no other global ones, because I don't even know how many different languages the global one is, because it's like JP is Japan, global is everywhere else.
Yeah.
But all the holidays are mostly American stuff.
They're like, we're going to do a President's Day holiday. Like, people in Singapore are like, what the hell is even that? So, I don't know. Does Singapore have a president? I'm probably making an ass out of myself right now, aren't
I? I'm actually not sure, so.
Let's see, there you go. Awesome. We're both ignorant together. So let's get the derping over to get down to business here. So I think one of the biggest things that we were kind of discussing regarding this is everybody saying that we're skipping Dragon Ball Heroes, and I think personally, Dragon Ball Heroes banner is a spectacular banner to hit, and one that's really, really valuable, at least per your Dragon Stones, because it's a guaranteed featured, and the SSR pool is so shallow. It's like, 11 units?
Yeah, it's not a lot, and it's every single SSR is a Dragon Ball Heroes card, which obviously, since they've just come out, every single SSR is a card you don't have. So,
and not only that, these are really, really good cards, because there's quite a few cards that don't, even ones that don't have Dokkan Awakenings, that still are immense damage and really good supports. I mean, most of them are almost as good as Dokkan Fest units, if not as good.
Yeah, and also the featured ones are some of the best ones, and they have the higher pull rate than the unfeatured ones anyway. So, even if you do get extra SSRs in your multi, you're more likely to get the featured ones, and they're all very good cards on their own teams.
We've both done quite a few summons on this banner at this point, and how many times, legitimately, how many times have you gotten 3 of the featured SSRs in one multi?
I think at least 3 or 4. So, because I did quite a few multis. I did about 12, I think.
Oh,
and I only got just the featured SSR, I think maybe twice. Every other multi had at least one other SSR. And I did get a couple of the unfeatured ones, but they were mostly featured ones. And I did get every featured unit on the banner.
So you're, 600 stones into this banner?
Yeah.
And how many of those units have you rainbowed at this point, then?
Well, I only rainbowed Sealess. I actually, in the summon video I think I did 500 stones, and then I did 2 more multis today. And I pulled 2 Sealesses and then dupes for Super Saiyan 3, Trunks, and Gohan. So to me, that was really worth it because the Super Saiyan 3 team is one of my favorite teams. But my build before the heroes came out, almost every unit was rainbow. So it felt really weird switching out one of those for like a 55% heroes SSR. So I was quite happy to get at least one dupe for both of them. So
That's awesome, though. And see, and that's just a small. I mean, I know for some of our free to play players, it's not a small number of stones, but that is, in the realm of like whaledom, that is a pretty small number of stones to already be rainbowing units. So,
oh, absolutely. Like, I mean, if you think about, just take any Dokkan Fest banner, even though obviously they have other units and they have more featured units, but say it has like 3 brand new SSRs. If you drop 700 stones on that banner, you're not guaranteed to get all 3 of those units with dupes.
Oh, no. Yeah, we don't get guaranteed featured on Dokkan Fest banners anyway, so it's...
Yeah, exactly. So you might do 700 stones and get no featured units.
Now, the only caveat I will say to this, and we talked about a little bit about this before the video started, you and I think we're on the same page thinking that Heroes was going to go in the general pool after all this was said and done. It just kind of makes sense, because there's not that many other things that really haven't gone to the general pool aside from Arale. And, shoot, we even got fusions in the general pool, strangely enough, with no fanfare, but it just happened.
And the other world units as well, like the Super Saiyan Kaioken, Goku and Pycon, they're all in the general pool now. So,
and the only other crossovers I could think of, obviously there's the One Piece one way back in the day, but I don't think you can even count that anymore. The crossover with Fighters, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, all those units immediately went in the general pool.
Yeah, straight away. Just like new Dokkan Fest banners, when it's the new units that aren't Dokkan Fest exclusives. As soon as that banner went away, they went into the general pool.
And so I think it's only a matter of time, honestly, before these go in the general pool.
Yeah. So we were talking about it briefly, like you said before we started recording. But a lot of people have said that because they're not in they never went into the general pool on JP. So that might make it unlikely. But I think that now that they're on both versions, now could be the time that they go into the general pool on both versions. But I have a feeling that it could definitely happen because it seems very strange to bring them all to global, especially with the unfeatured having such a low chance to pull, and then you just can't get them anymore. So it kind of almost defeats the point of bringing them in the first place.
Well, yes and no. If they make it like a regular thing, I could see that. But if it's not something that goes in the general pool, I think that makes this a really valuable banner to hit, because these are things you might not see but once or twice a year.
Exactly. It's like the fusions units before they went into the pool. Like the fusion category was pretty slim if you didn't have all of the Dokkan Fest exclusives. And then that banner was out, like 2 or 3 times in the space of 2 years?
Something like that. I think they brought it back a year later, and then like maybe 6 months after that, and then they're just like, forget it, put it in the pool and be done with it. So now that brings me to another good question, though. So basically for me, in my mind, if these do go in the general pool, and with that being a high possibility, that may actually devalue this banner a little bit. It's still a fantastic banner. It's worth hitting. But you also have to consider we have Dokkan Fest that's coming up.
That is true. I mean, the thing is, though, I did see a lot of people say that, if they're going into the general pool, like you said, it kind of almost devalues the banner. But then at the same time... A
little bit. I would say a little bit.
But I feel like that's quite mitigated by just how big... People sometimes don't think about, like, just how big the general SSR pool is, because I had this conversation with someone yesterday, I think. The STR Final Form Freezer, who came out around this time last year with the 250 mil, because he was on Transforming Freezer's banner. He went into the general SSR pool after that banner went away. So he's been in the general SSR pool for a year. I pulled my first dupe of him like last week. So just because a unit goes into the general pool doesn't mean you're ever going to pull it.
That's actually
I feel like
really good.
I feel like this banner does have value because you're guaranteed to get the heroes units, whereas once they go in the pool, you could be getting in Android 18s and AGL Super Saiyan Gokus for the rest of your guaranteed SSR history. So
on a scale from 1 to 10, how would you rate the value of this, of just the Heroes banner itself?
Oh, I think
Put you
it's
on the
hard to
spot.
say. Yeah, I know. It's hard to say, especially because one of the big factors is obviously whether you're free to play.
Yeah.
It's probably, I mean, it still has value, but again, I think a lot of it can come down to the teams that you can run. Because like Silas is the only unit that I rainbowed off of the banner, and his categories are time travelers and transformation boost, and I don't have either of those leaders. So I as much as I've got him and he's rainbow and he's really good, I don't have the two category teams that he runs on.
Yeah.
So so if you can't run any of their category teams, it probably doesn't have that much value because none of them have particularly good leader skills.
Fair enough.
So,
I was just going to go completely in and just say I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10.
I mean, for me personally, I would probably give it. But I mean, I've wanted the heroes units to come to global for ages, and then obviously I do like to wail here and there. So I was always going to go
that hashtag. Banner, that hashtag totally didn't give it away or anything.
No, I know. I was quite happy the fact I saw quite a few random people who I didn't recognize had it in their Twitter screen name. So, and hey, I can always make the claim now that it worked.
It did.
Because now we have them. So
it's all you, my man. It's all you. Yeah. If you guys like the banner, if you like Dragon Ball Heroes units and you are excited about this, and you haven't given my man a sub, A, first of all, shame the hell on you. B, you go fix that right now. But we'll get to shameless self-promotion at the end here. I wanted to also talk about just Dokkan Fest in general, but we have 300 mil coming up, and we know that's always going to be a dual Dokkan Fest banner. It always has.
I think
been.
After last year, it's pretty much we know it's going to be at this point.
Well, even the year before that, it was the introduction of the categories for better or GBA.
It was, damn, I forgot that was actually when they came out.
Yeah, forgot or repressed the memory.
Well, I mean, I pulled Gogeta. I didn't pull Omega, but back then I didn't really wail that much, so I only went for Gogeta.
So, but let's talk about this upcoming Dual Dokkan Fest. We've speculated all day and all night about it, and some of the information has recently changed. We're about to get a live stream on it, know all about it. But how would you value a Dual Dokkan Fest in comparison to this? Because, there's no guaranteed featured card, obviously, but the rates are generally pretty good.
Yeah, and the big thing now that they're finally on global, the big thing is the coins, because they are Dokkan Fest banners.
That's a great point.
The Heroes banner gives you the blue coins, which you can't really use for much. You can use them for Kais, and then when the type banners come back, you can get the type support units.
That's what I was say. Just say for the type banners.
Other than that, we haven't seen any really good units available with the blue coins, whereas obviously red coins, as soon as Dokkan Fest LRs come back, you can buy those with red coins. So
yeah.
There's, the coins definitely do add value to any Dokkan Fest banner, really.
Yeah, I was gonna give Dokkan Fest maybe like a 6 out of 10, only because, let's say the rates are much better. So for me, a lot of the units that I just simply wasn't able to pull, like transforming Vegeta and those guys, when they come back, their rates are generally really, really good. So while you might not get the card you're necessarily after, you're going to get some really crazy hype cards.
Yeah, because dual Dokkan Fest, they pretty much always stack them with some of the best, Dokkan Fest exclusives that fit into whatever theme that they're doing for the banner.
They don't even have to fit half the time.
Well, yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
I mean, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta turns up everywhere, so...
Yeah. Well, I was going to say Frieza on Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta's banner, and yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... No, so what do you think? If you were to give just a general dual Dokkan Fest, regardless of the celebration, if you were to give that a rating out of 10, what would you give that?
So I think it's more difficult when we don't know the banners, because it does depend on the other featured units, but in general, I would say Dokkan Fests are probably around a 6 as well, I would agree. Because the Heroes banner gets bumped up just a little bit because it has that guaranteed value and such a small pool of units as well.
Yeah.
But obviously, depending what the banners are, I mean, if the banner has all the top Dokkan Fest units, it's very tempting, but it doesn't have that guaranteed value. So it's
it's like
interesting.
We have the guaranteed SSR thing now, and I guess you can't get shafted in the way we used to before, but you pull some of the like the AGL, was it the original AGL Super Saiyan 2 Goku,
Yep.
and
For me,
like,
it's in Android 18. I seem to pull her like constantly as my guarantee. I think I have her all paths open SA10, and I've never used Kai's on her or anything, just because she just keeps showing up.
that's me and
So-
Demigra. That's
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have a rainbow Demigra.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what am I going to use? He never got a Dokkan Awakening. He's useless, really. I guess he stuns, doesn't he? Maybe.
He's actually so. Funnily enough, I rainbowed him pretty much just for a laugh and to make a video because I think I called it. I spent orbs on who, but I actually used him on Resurrected Warriors Super Battle Road, and he was actually really good.
Really?
Because I gave him full dodge and then additional, and so he's just stunning away. So that's
Hold
great.
up. But did he contribute to your no items run?
I did use him on the Extreme Int because I ran Resurrected to do Extreme Int, and I
Really?
did use him on the team actually. Yeah, so he was on one of my no item run teams. So even though we don't know what the banners are, obviously we're assuming the 300 mil. It's going to be a dual Dokkan Fest, 2 new units, probably going to be very good. And one thing that I thought about in terms of the value of that banner is if you think back to last year for the 250 million downloads, we got Transforming Goku and Transforming Frieza. They've only just come back for the first time on the 4-year anniversary banners.
Yes.
So depending on, I mean, we obviously don't know that that's going to then mean the same thing again. But if you decide not to summon on the 300 million banners, those 2 new units could potentially not come back until the 5-year anniversary. So
That's a
I feel
really
like
great
that in
point.
itself adds a little bit of value. And obviously, I'm assuming the units are going to be really good. But
I mean, they generally are. But I think if
Exact-
there's one thing we were going to say that we were in agreement of, as hype as a lot of these upcoming LRs are, I think it's completely illogical to say for an LR banner, especially if you're free to play.
oh, absolutely. I mean, obviously, one of the reasons we started talking, I made a video specifically about the LR Kale and Caulifla banner. Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, we all know at this point, you know, it's become the meme. They're the best unit in the game. I mean, it's pretty much undeniable at this point. But the thing is, it doesn't matter how good they are. They're still on a banner that has incredibly low rates and loads of featured units, most of which you don't want.
Not only that, but they're going to be available on just about every banner that's not
Yes,
a Dokkan Fest afterwards.
Exactly.
So,
Trying to think back across the banners, it was only, I think, the LR Black and Zamasu banner, because that was the first time I ever used vendors and I went crazy hard on the banner. But I have never pulled an LR from their original banner. Like I've done things like I'll pull the LR on the next LR banner that comes out and not the new one, but I've never pulled the new featured one. I always seem to pull other ones. So it seems like they turn up eventually, but I never seem to get them as soon as they come out. So
yeah, after my videos with Tystra, I totally cannot say that. But yeah, that's a really valid point. I've always said, like, the value for summon, I guess, for your stones on an LR banner is incredibly low. I think it's just insane and unfathomable to take all that time and all that effort to save so many stones, skip so many great units for the, I mean, ultimately infinitesimal possibility of even, like, getting a whiff of one of those cards.
exactly. I mean, I've been quite vocal about on Twitter how bad my 4-year summons were. I did over 1,000 stones on the LR Baby and GT Trio banner, and I didn't pull a single LR. And if I'd known that month later,
I thought it was not one of the two. You didn't pull a single LR
no,
off
I
the
didn't
banner?
pull a single one in 1,050 stones. I did.
Holy! Oh, no.
Yep.
I misunderstood. I thought it was just, like, didn't pull one of the featured ones.
Oh no, I didn't pull a single one. So
I feel your pain
if I'd
100%.
if I'd known in a month's time that the heroes, I would much rather have spent 1,000 stones on the heroes banner.
I mean, at that point, you'd have everybody rainbowed except for the unfeatured, and all your unfeatured would be at halfway done anyway. So, yeah.
So yeah, that's the thing. You know, sometimes you do get that crazy luck, but you can go into an LR banner and walk away with absolutely nothing. So
I went 1,500 stones on Gobros, got 2 other LRs but did not pull them. Went 1,500 on the no, I'm sorry, not Gobros. That Go Frieza did 1,500 on Gobros. Obviously, that was a Dokkan Fest, so I didn't pull any LRs off of that one. I could tell y'all how bad it is to get shafted over and over and over again on a banner where you watch everybody else pulling all this fire.
I've been there.
Yeah,
Well, I think that's the worst thing. I think because everybody's so quick to post on Twitter and on like Facebook groups or Discord. People will always post their like molten hot fire where they pulled LRs in like one multi or back to back multis. But you don't see the like thousands of other people that spent all of their stones and didn't get anything.
yeah.
So you see a lot of these crazy like pulls. I've done it before in the past. Like someone in one of my group chats will post that they singled an LR like on that LR banner that we just had. So then I'll go and waste like 15 stones doing 3 singles and just pull like 3 SSRs. And then afterwards be like, why? I knew I shouldn't have done that, but he pulled an LR on a single. So
you feel their luck, and it's just that false sense of security.
Exactly.
So, I mean, I we could go on about this all day. I don't want to keep you too long because I know your time is precious. But I really, really, really want to thank you for coming out. I think hopefully we change somebody's mind because it just drives me up the wall to see these people like, oh, I'm saving for this LR. I'm saving for this LR. Like, grab him by the shirt. Just stop. Please do yourself a favor. Love yourself.
Don't be this person. So an hour after the 300 mil downloads was officially confirmed and we got those posts about the live stream that's going to be coming up, an hour after that, I saw somebody post in a group that I'm in that they were just going to skip it for Kale and Khalifa. And we don't even know what the units are. They could potentially be the 2 best non-LRs in the game. Yep. But people are still in this mindset of, no, I'm just going to summon on the banner that has less than 1% chance to pull the card I want.
Seeing those is what prompted me to make this video. So
exactly.
It just makes me crazy. Hopefully we'll find out here in just a couple of days what is going to be on 300 mil. I'm hoping it's going to be mad fire.
I was going to say, actually, before we go, what's your prediction? Because there's one massively popular one that I think most people think it's going to be, and then there's a really random one that I saw that I kind of hope that it is. So
it's the hint that they gave us was the Ardrat Goku, and all I could think was every single one of these has been a big, huge battle, like culminating in the end of a saga, i.e. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta versus Omega, we had Goku versus Frieza, and now we're getting, I think, the Cell Saga. There's a lot to kind of insinuate that.
Yeah, because a lot of they don't do it often, but I did see someone comment that a lot of the time when they do these events on both versions at the same time, they're only really timed with what's going on JP. Like we both got Transforming Vegeta, but that was for Saiyan Day in Japan, and not for any real reason on Global. And so, yeah, obviously on JP at the moment, they've just had the Piccolo, they've got the Prime Battle Cell, so they're very clearly doing the Cell Saga at the moment.
I have it on good authority that we're going to get dual Dokkan Fest, and they're both going to have transformation mechanic, and one might be that LR that everybody wants to have a reanimation from, and I know they were working on it.
Oh, really?
Yes, they were working on it. The assets were in the game, from what my data miner tells me, and now they've disappeared. So maybe what are the odds they reallocated that to a new unit?
Yeah, I mean the most popular theory that I've seen so far is that it's going to be some form of transforming Gohan and transforming Cell.
I would love to see a Cell that goes through all those transformations. That would be amazing.
So I feel like because they just brought out the Prime Battle LR Cell, I feel like maybe he would be second form Cell that transforms, because we only really have the support unit as the second form Cell.
You're not wrong.
And then Gohan could be Super Saiyan 1 and transform to Super Saiyan 2, because then you can still use LR Gohan.
Yeah.
So I feel like that is probably the one that makes the more sense. But my favorite one is the now that they've brought Heroes to Global, they did it so that they can do a Heroes Dokkan Fest, and we'll get Super Saiyan 3 Vegito and Super Saiyan 3 Gogeta. Because hey, it's the number 300 million downloads. So
I would love to see that. I think the odds of it are extremely unlikely.
Oh, I think they're probably less than 1%. The chances are the same chances as pulling LR Kale and Cauliflower.
I was going to say exactly that.
But just like pulling Kale and Cauliflower, I really hope that it does happen. So
that is the realest reel I have ever heard.
Well, plus you also have to remember that probably just like last year, part 2 of the 300 mil is then going to have a new LR banner.
Yep. I assure you it will.
There's that as well.
Yep. So.
But I think that falls under the same sort of category. That will be an LR banner. So I would probably, even once we've seen the banners, skipping the Dokkan Fest banners for whatever the LR is probably not the best idea.
I think if anybody has been listening to this video, and it's been a long video already, but if anybody has listened to this whole thing and at the end of it goes, oh, there's going to be an LR at the end? Oh, yeah, no, I'm skipping the 300 mil. You have not been listening.
No.
Well, I think we've beaten him up with information enough.
Yeah,
I really, really, really want to thank you for coming on this channel, man. I know this was hard for you to work out. I know it's really late at night where you're at, but sincerely, I appreciate you coming on the channel for real.
Nah, man, it's all good. I always love chatting about Dokkan, so...
Yeah. And obviously, I'm going to put your information in the description down below, but do you want to pimp your social medias or even your YouTube page for us?
So obviously my channel is The Masked Ningen. You can follow me at The Masked Ningen and on Twitter, and yeah, all my links for things. I do have a Twitch channel, but I normally stream on YouTube and Twitch at the same time anyway. So if you do go check out my channel, all those links are in my video descriptions. So
they're going to be here too. We're going to make sure. Look, how many followers do you have on Twitch?
I don't know because I don't stream that much on Twitch, but it's only like 100 or so, I think.
It's only 100 or so. All right, I'll look it up. We'll come up with a goal. We'll put a goal in the description down below. If we hit, we'll agree on a goal. How about that? If we find a goal, what do you say? You come back and we do another video like this.
Yeah, man, I'd be up for that.
Awesome. Well, there you guys go. We're not sure what the goal is going to be, but we'll figure that out. Look at the description of the comments for that goal, and we'll reach it. Maybe I'll edit it in. I'll like dub over myself talking, and it'll look like an old Godzilla movie.
Well, hey, I was going to say, since that was one of the primary focuses on of this particular video, if people do want to see that down below, let us know. Maybe we could do some summons together for the 300 mil. So
that would be awesome, man. We'll make that the goal then. We'll make a light goal. Let's see. Let's say, I'll put it in the description. I'll have to go hash it out and see what the trend's been lately. So we'll figure it out. But check the description, check the comments section. We'll make a goal, and yeah, hopefully we'll do this again.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, have yourself a great one. Thank you so much for coming on the channel, and you guys, I hope to see y'all again shortly. Like, comment, share, subscribe on both our channels. Follow his Birdman, follow my Booker, and I will lay your asses out next time.